Let's bring in right now from Washington, Associate Editor and Pulitzer Prize-winning columnist for the Washington Post, Eugene Robinson. Also, Dee Dee Myers still with us in Washington. Hey, and Gene, you've got company at the Post, Kathleen Parker, winning a Pulitzer Prize herself.
Yes, and we're very happy about it. Unfortunately, there's no tiara that comes with the thing, so I was looking forward to, taking the tiara off my head and putting it on hers. But we're really happy. She writes a great column. We don't agree on everything, but we agree on some things.
Well,
and she's
you guys don't agree on everything, and certainly Kathleen Parker has been savaged by the right as much as anybody over the past year or so, right?
She has been, and she is fearless. She is fearless. She's a great columnist, and we are so happy to have her in our family.
Hey, Dee Dee, let me ask you about the Chris Christie clip. He gave us a staggering number that over the past 20 years, New Jersey's budget has grown by 16% every year. Are we getting to a place now where actually we're going to move beyond Republicans versus Democrats? At what point do we come to a place where everybody realizes we're going the way of Greece if we don't straighten things out pretty quickly?
I think it'll continue to be up to the individual leaders in various states. Obviously Governor Christie has gone out there. He's taken on some big questions and some big issues and taken on some political risk. And the issue for him will be, can he convince people that he's asking everybody to share in the sacrifice, to make sacrifices, to put the state in a stronger fiscal position so that everybody will benefit in the future. That's what the great leaders on the state level are going to have to do. They're going to have to convince people that if everybody puts their shoulder to the wheel, and if people are convinced that it's being done fairly, that they'll have a brighter future. And some states are going to be better, and some Republicans are going to be better, and some Democrats are going to be better than others.
Right. And Gene, last week, of course, on Friday, you had the head of the CBO saying the deficits were unsustainable, the spending in Washington unsustainable. Now, is this an issue that Democrats can cozy up to and figure out a way to work in their benefit over the next 6 months?
I think everybody's going to have to cozy up to this issue, and I hope soon. I mean, the fact is, as you know, as a nation, we have been spending far beyond our means for some time, and every individual program, every individual initiative, you could say this is a good thing, this is another good thing, but there does come a point when you have to bring it back within reality, and that day has to come. And the question is, does it come abruptly a la Greece, or do we see it coming and put ourselves on some sort of glide path to fiscal sanity, which I believe will involve not just cutting spending, but raising taxes. I mean, we want services from our government, and I don't want to pay any more taxes, and you don't want to pay any more taxes. But if we want the services that we demand from our government, we're going to have to pay for them, just like we have to pay for what we want at the grocery store.
And of course, this is tax week. Mike Barnacle, people filling out their taxes this year, noticing that on the local, state, national level, taxes keep going up. There is no doubt that Americans are going to push back, I think, much harder on tax increases. I'm just saying politically, on tax increases than they are on spending cuts.
Yeah, you can't look at your withholding on your paycheck. You can't. You get sick looking at it because you're wondering, why am I not getting the best bang for my buck? I'm not getting the best bang for my buck out of the public schools. Trash collection has disappeared. All sorts of services have dwindled. The New Jersey example is maybe the most horrific example of inequity in terms of taxes that I've heard in a long time. If you're waking up this morning in Trenton, New Jersey, driving to work, working for a private employer, you're paying a huge percentage of your salary for your health care costs. New Jersey state employees pay nothing into their health care plan. Their teachers, New Jersey's teachers, pay nothing into their health plan. This is political dynamite. It has all the ingredients of class warfare when you take it to the public.
Yeah, and
I agree on this one specific issue, that's a political dynamite, but it's one specific issue of a larger picture. I think, unfortunately, we see this train barreling down the track, and we are headed towards a crisis. There is no question. But I still don't believe that the public, there is any political will to jump in front of the train.
I disagree with you.
And we only jump in front of the train once there's a crisis. It is unfortunately the way this horrible sort of culture and society works. And I wish it wasn't that way.
I disagree. I think politicians telling the truth now will be rewarded. We'll see.
I hope you're right.
But I think, what you can't sell, what's never worked, because Andrew's right, we've been accustomed to eating ice cream and losing weight for the last however long, 40 years. What you have to do is, that's why I think the idea of shared sacrifice is so important, and I think Governor Christie can be successful moving the public to say to teachers unions, hey, you have to accept 1.5% to pay for your own benefits, if people believe he's asking for similar sacrifices from across the economic spectrum. Are the wealthy being asked to contribute?
Yeah.
Are other people who are not public employees being asked to contribute, or is he picking on teachers? I'm not saying that he is. I'm just saying you have to make a convincing argument, and it can't be eat your peas, go to bed, negative. You have to make a compelling case about the future. Yeah. All elections and all political cycles are about the future and creating a picture of a better, brighter future and how we're going to get there.
Hey, Willie, guys, as you know, we've been doing this show since 1987. 1987. That's when we went on as the premier Christian broadcasting show in America. And we never have phone-ins. We don't do it. We don't do it anymore. Kumbaya. We don't do it anymore because we've just gotten too big. We're transcendent. But we did it with Mika. I'm gonna break the law. I'm gonna break it again because something big happened last night. Yeah. A conservative won a Pulitzer Prize. It just never happens. With us on the phone right now, Pulitzer Prize winner Kathleen Parker. She heard us talking about her. Her ears were burning. And Kathleen, I'm sure the entire right wing of American politics is going to hoist you on their shoulders now because you won a Pulitzer Prize. How exciting!
I don't think it's going that way, Joe.
I don't think so.
It's only because I'm a conservative basher that I'm now recognized after 23 years of toiling in the fields, right?
Well, it is interesting, though, as Eugene Robinson said, he doesn't agree with you all the time, but a lot of people don't agree with you all the time, but it seems like you got rewarded for actually challenging people on both sides of the political aisle. That seems pretty refreshing from here.
Well, I'd like to think that's the case. Nobody agrees with me all the time. I don't even agree with me all the time. But I do want to correct one thing on the record. Eugene said he did not give me his tiara. He did.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. So, and a big cash award, right? Like they give you like millions of dollars for these.
I think you get millions of dollars, and then, but for right now, I have to write another column. So.
Now, let me ask you this question. When John Meacham won the Pulitzer last year, he had his personal archivist and his personal photographer step out of the closet and take a picture in his apartment. Do you have a snapshot of the moment you got word over the phone?
No, because as usual, I was alone.
That is so sad.
It's just untrue.
That is just so
untrue. I work alone in a basement. I call it the bunker, so there was no one there to snap my reaction.
It is.
But the head was spinning. I'll say that.
It is so sad.
But we had a party in the newsroom and a party later, and lots of hugs and lots of people. So
Yes, it's been documented in some form for sure.
All right. Well, Kathleen, I hope you and your little cat Muffin enjoy your Pulitzer Prize. We'll be right back. And thank you, Dee Dee.